Hey everybody, it's The Taking. It was really good. Basically, what it's about is this couple, it's a really terrible rainstorm, and all of a sudden, like, they start seeing visions, and they feel like there's someone in the house, and they just get really weirded out, so they leave their house and head into town. They get into town, and there's nobody really in the town except for the people, everybody's like convened at the bar. And they realize that aliens are taking over and just all of this weird stuff. They start controlling technology and spores are in the rain and the world starts to change. They have to go on a mission and save children, and it's a really good book. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame-Smith. He also wrote Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. It starts out with a guy, and he works at a grocery store, and he is a writer, and he's just kind of gave up on writing. And then this weird guy comes in every day and buys the exact same thing, I think, or just something really small and stupid. And one day he comes in and he like freaks out, and he gives this guy a folder of information or an envelope or something, and it's information about Abraham Lincoln being a vampire hunter, and then it goes into the past, and it's the book that the guy writes about Abraham Lincoln being a vampire hunter. It's really good. I love it. The second one and the third one this year. The series is by Beth Pfeffer. Really good series. It's an apocalyptic, like, end of the world series, but it's not like stereotypical. It's really real and makes you really want to think about the end of the world. Basically, the moon gets hit by a comet and it gets moved closer to Earth and it messes up everything. Basically, almost no technology works. The oceans start to rise, the volcanoes explode, there's earthquakes all over the place, the earth gets covered in ash. It's the Fallen series, the second one, Torment, by Laurie Kate. Another really good series. This girl, she has visions and stuff, and she thinks she's crazy, but she's really not, and then she goes to school for crazy people, and she meets this guy that she loves, and he won't talk to her, and then there's this guy that she kind of likes, and he's like all over. It turns out they're all fallen angels. It's really good. Vampire Kisses. It's really good. It's by Schreiber, I want to say. It's really good. Really good series about a goth girl that's obsessed with vampires, and a vampire moves into town. It's really cool. This is another Faust by Daniel and Dina Nayeri. Sorry if I'm totally ruining these names. I'll post them in the thingamajig. This is really good. Another Faust. It's all about these 5 children who live totally crappy lives, and they want to get out. And they sell their souls to the devil, and they get magical powers and stuff. The Chronicles of Valdimir series. The first one is, they're by Brewer. The first one is 8th Grade Bites. The second one is 9th Grade Slays. The third one is 10th Grade Bleeds. Fourth one is 11th Grade Burns. And the fifth one is 12th Grade Kills. Really good series. I definitely recommend these. It's all about this kid who's a vampire. Really, really good series. Unwind by Neal Shusterman. This future America, where the Second Civil War was fought over reproductive rights and whether abortions were right or wrong. And it was decided that they were wrong. But, so the people have to have the children. But if they don't like their children, they have the option to unwind them between ages 13 and 18, and that's basically just their entire body is like donated. They chop them up and give pieces of their body to whoever needs them, so there's a very small death rate, and according to them, the person stays alive the entire time. It's a really, really good book. Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. I read this one because my friend Caitlin loved it. She's been in some of my earlier videos. She loved this, and she recommended it, and I read it, and I loved it. I fell in love with this book. You fall in love with the characters, the plot line, the ideas, everything. It's the Mortal Instrument series by Cassandra Clare. City Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass. They follow this teenager, Clare Frey, through she finds out about the shadow world, and she finds out that she can somehow see these shadow hunters, which are people who fight demons, and no one's supposed to be able to see them, but she can, and it's really cool. It's from the Infernal Devices series, Clockwork Angel. It says book 1, so I'm figuring there's gonna be more. Really, really, really good. If you didn't like the Mortal Instrument series, I'd try reading this because it's really good. Really, really good. Gosh, it's just so good. Spooky Little Girl by Laurie Notaro. Really good. A lot better. It started out kind of slow. Like, I don't get why it's called Spooky Little Girl. It's about like a grown woman. It starts out, she's just like this normal girl, well, woman, and she's taking a trip to Hawaii. And she gets home, and she was living with her fiance, and all of her stuff is thrown across her fiance's front yard. And she has no idea what she did, and that's just really confusing. And then the next day she goes to work, and she loses her job. And then the next day she goes to live with her sister, and she dies. So it's really a good book after it gets into the whole she's a ghost thing. She goes to ghost school, learns how to haunt. It's really, really good. I really love this. This is a really good book. It's kind of slow to start, gets pretty, and it is really interesting. And then it kind of slows out again, and then in the end it really speeds up. And you're like, whoa, never saw that one coming. The Book of Lost Things by Connolly. Really, really good. It's all about this little kid, and he gets into this magical world, and there's all kinds of like stories, like the real versions of all kinds of like classic fairy tales. And it's basically, the moral of the story is, as you grow up, you don't necessarily have to lose your imagination. Once Dead, Twice Shy by Kim Harrison. This is really, really good. It's all about this girl who's dead, and she's not really dead because everyone can see her, but she's dead. And she's going about living a normal life even though she's dead, and she has this protector, and it's really good. Ending, you would never see it coming. It is really, really good. But yeah, really, really good books. So